Hi, welcome to Live Dungeons and Dyslexia. It is Thursday evening, and I think every Thursday between now and almost Christmas, I've got incredible, talented creators coming on. This week, I am joined by the creator of West Marches, which is Karl Otto Kristoffersen, and also the longest name on my channel ever.
Great. Yes.
Yes, tick that box. Thank you for joining me, Karl. It's actually great to meet you because we've been talking now probably about 3 or 4 months since I did the West Marches backwards and forwards.
Chatting back and forth, so it's been great. So great to meet you virtually, at least, and maybe a time later.
Yeah. And next time I'm in Norway, just casually in Norway, I'll pop in for food.
Great, yeah. Or we will come to the UK.
Yeah, come to the expo. Come to the expo next year. It's. I think that they're hoping to get to 90,000 people. You know, we had 85,000 this year, which is just. I think it was something like 40,000 individual, but 80 odd thousand. Wow. Yeah. So I think you said just before we started, we've got a couple of your friends on here. So we've got Dave and Franz Alexander. Thank you. And then Tunok, I know, and Big Wind, I know as well. So to everyone here, thank you. So today, well, tonight, it's all about this.
Great.
But also, we've got a treat. I spoilt it on my Sunday weekly update video because you've released 3 more as well.
I did.
So do you want to sort of tease what the other 3 are?
Yeah, sure. So the one that you just held up is kind of a book explaining the West Marches concept, and the 3 other books are supporting the idea of that play. So it's 3 books because it's 1 book supporting the GM, how to structure information in a West Marches campaign. It's a 2nd book for the party, which is kind of the shared memory. So regardless of which players are jumping in and out, they still have 1 kind of document to track the party going on from time to time or from session to session. And then, of course, the 3rd is for each player. So
I'm just trying to show the cover. My computer's being an idiot. Here we go. I was trying to do that as you were talking, and it kept going. Well, it's normally old man issues when there's anything wrong. So obviously, first up is the player's journal, which we'll go through these 3 towards the end because I think it's quite important that we sort of show to everyone the campaign setting. So you've got the player journal, which comes in at 41 pages. I love the fact that all these are pretty short.
Yeah.
And then party ledger, as you said, this is for the whole party. So obviously, if you've got a party of 4, you're going to need 4 of these. So this is the one you're going to expect that should sell the most. Really.
Yeah.
So, and then finally, we've got the Games Masters. Tomorrow, well, depending on when you watch this, my review of these 3 will be coming out. So that'll actually be out on the channel. So that will go live 6 p.m. tomorrow. I'm just going to put the link in if you want to pick this up. There's actually a deal going on. I think let's just show the deal before we get it, which is incredibly nice. You've got everything for basically next to nothing. It's practically free. Or for why does my bundle say it's free? Something's wrong with my end.
Does it say it's free?
Yes.
Well, then I gotta check my settings, I guess.
I might want to quickly take this down, and you might want to check your settings because if you use my link now, you can download them all for free, and they won't.
I'll do that as we talk. I don't know what happened, but but you're right. It's quite supposed to be quite cheap, not free, but quite cheap at a price of $15 total. That's
So something weird is happening there. I'll take this down quickly.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, I'm glad you.
Glad we did that. It wasn't showing us free earlier before we came.
No, it says sales price $15 on my.
Maybe it's because I've got all 3 of them that it doesn't do the actual price. Maybe I generally don't know, being a bundle.
Okay. That could be.
But if you want them individually, you can grab them all individually, and they are, I think they're about £3 each, $3.75 each currently. So they're all about half price, aren't they?
Yeah, $5 selling them also at a discount separately. I think accessibility is more important than higher margins. So selling them quite cheap.
Already got sales. Look at this. They're already selling out. So has it gone well? So because West March's campaign setting is, I think it's my second most popular video ever, and you went platinum on that within, was it weeks, days? Wasn't it? It was pretty quick. You got
Yeah, it was pretty quick. Yeah. So I think it it hit some sort of nerve in the market or in the community. So that's pretty cool.
Paragon saying you're a very talented guy, but more importantly, a great guy. So he is actually. I say we've been talking backwards and forwards now for a long time, and then I think it was a couple of weeks ago you were like, can I come back on? Well, I didn't to meet because I've got 3 more books to show, and you wanted to launch them with me first, which I thought was really nice.
Yes.
So before I get into West Marches, I've got the question that I always ask everybody because I'm a bit of a nosy git. Someone loves you here. Is this one of your personal friends? I'm guessing.
Probably. If it goes over the top, that's probably someone I know.
so no, that's good. Don't forget, all new friends, to subscribe to my channel too if you haven't.
Yeah, please subscribe to the channel, guys.
But yeah, how did you first get into the hobby? What actually, what was the first game you played? Sort of how old you were when you first started?
Sure. So I'm born in the late 80s. So that means the years I was kind of early teens. I was exploring the Lord of the Rings movies, I guess, and from there I started LARPing, running around in the forest with the costumes and weapons and sort of role-playing that way. And a few years later than that, I was introduced to D&D 3.0 and 3.5.
Yeah.
And played the D20 systems for about 10 years before I kind of discovered that there were more to it, like other systems, other settings and stuff. And from there, I just played a lot and wrote a few games on the way. First a Viking game, then a game about my local hometown, which was was published last year in 24 to teach kids about the history of the town through role-playing games. So it's classroom proven. And then now I've written the West Marches book to solve a problem that I had, which was, what is West Marches?
Yeah. And how does it work? How does it, it's one of those things. I think we've all listened to hex crawls and things, and so that's the big thing that I first found when I discovered your book and went through it. I'm just going to stop 1 second. My ear trumpet has generously sent a membership gift, so thank you again, and thank you for being here. But LARPing to role playing, I don't think I've ever known anyone go that way. It's I always thought it's sit around a table, now we have to leave and go outside, and dress up and play, not go act. Suppose actually Norway's probably quite cold. Maybe it was a natural progression to come back indoors and play because of the harsh winters.
Yeah, it could be, but I guess the progression was just, it was less effort to sit down around the table rather than make all the costumes and stuff. It kind of still hit the same nerve or stimulate in a good way to use that. So yeah,
I've never LARPed ever in 35, 36 years in, something like that. So it's one of those things I keep wanting to do. I'm doing the live plays on every Friday night until the 19th of December. I've got creators coming on doing live plays on the channel of one shots. And I was telling my wife today that I might have to start dressing up because we're a dwarf and I was going to get a big beard, and she was like, "You've got a beard," but it's not the same as a dwarven stick-on beard, is it?
No, that would be fun though. Yeah.
So I think I might start dressing up and we're going through. So what are you currently playing now? What's actually on your table?
So right now I've been playing mostly my own game, to be honest. So when I've been introducing people to role-playing games lately, I've been using the Silver Heart game, which is called Sølvhjerte in Norwegian, because it's so kind of easy, accessible.
Yeah.
It's the game mechanic is like you don't literally flip a coin, but it's the same principle. It's like a 50-50. You roll a d6, high is good, low is bad, and then you proceed with the story. So that is a game that I've been playing quite a lot for the last year, actually.
Oh, cool. So that's this then, isn't it?
Yeah. So I just
That's for those that are English speaking. I'm guessing this isn't for us.
no, that's correct. So I've been working on the translation. I'm about 80% done, and the plan was to launch like a backer kit or something this year, but I won't have the time. So it will probably be sometime next year. I think it's a decent game, and since it's classroom proven, I think it brings some interesting nuance in terms of how to convey information to kids and to teachers and stuff. So
Yeah. I'm guessing your group want to be playing Pirate Borg.
Yeah. So these guys, some of these guys, we are in the same gaming group. So, and yeah, when I sent you a picture of our pirate board game where we actually dressed up with our like pirate hats and all that good stuff, that was some of these guys in the chat. So that was hilarious. It was supposed to be a campaign. We only played the first game, but we are aiming for another session sometime this autumn. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I've reviewed one. It's one of Zach Goins' games that I'll talk to you off camera on an adventure. Obviously, if your players actually subscribe to the channel, they might spot it. But I picked it up and I was like, this is going to be amazing. I've ran it as a one shot a couple of times now, and it's got the best end sort of adventure decision for the players to make.
Great.
And it's wow. Maybe they get corrupted, maybe they don't. It's such a good thing.
Part of the charm, I guess.
yeah. We'll talk about it at the end, and because there's nothing worse than because my players watch my videos and then they'll go, well, I'd like to play that, but you can't run it now. So it's
spoil everything for them. Yeah,
they do. So the inspiration for West Marches, I'm gonna sort of bring the book up now.
Yeah, sure.
And you know what sort of really inspired you to sort of hit this and lay it out, because it's so beautifully done. You know, it's 45 pages and you know, all really well laid out, simple to follow. But it was all this bits that I loved. Is like, you know, especially for a dyslexic, you've got, you know, players that drive the game forward, nicely laid out paragraphs, and then just a summary in every section is just done in. It's so easy to read and follow. So what John sort of just take through the process of what made you build, you know, make it, and then how you sort of put it together that way.
Yeah. So first thing, just why I wanted to write it. I kind of mentioned it earlier, but after I published the Silverheart book, I wanted to run a campaign at my friendly local game store, which one of the guys in the chat is the kind of the leader of and one of the owners. That's pretty cool. And in order to do that, I had vaguely heard about this term West Marches, which was supposedly a nice way to run campaigns. But in order to find out what that was, I had to watch different videos, I had to read different articles, blogs. The information was so scattered, and I had to use a lot of time to kind of figure out what is this concept and how am I supposed to run this. So based on that research, I wrote a lot of notes and ran a campaign. It wasn't very long. It was for like 4 months or something, but enough time to get the experience. And then, after some time, I figured I had some energy to use, and I figured I could just start to structure that information. And that turned it into the book. So first of all, I just published it for me. I solved it. I wanted to solve my own problem because I had a problem. I didn't know what West Marches was. And so that is kind of the key driver, the instigator. Now, the next is in terms of the structure. This book is what I wish the Silverheart book was. Because when I pitched the Silverheart idea to the people in the county, in the town here, I got some money to write the Silverheart book for the schools. The West Marchers kind of format is what I pitched to them: a booklet about 40 to 60 pages with summaries, with like very easy to read, accessible for first-time readers and for teachers who have never played RPGs before. Due to, I guess, scope creep, I didn't manage to execute on that. So it turned out to be much larger than what I wanted it to be, really, or what I intended it to be. But now I found back to that very, very kind of format. So I think you actually said it in your review, West Manchester review, that this is written very much like a textbook, and it's kind of easy to read with summaries and almost like a technical manual or like a school book. And yeah, that's the intention. That's the purpose.
Yeah, it is, because I I've been in the hobby 35 odd years. I've never done a hex crawl. And I took this. I did a Shadowdark campaign, and I sent all my players my video link and went, look, this is how we're going to be running it. And I really fucked it up on the first session because they ended up we ran out of time and we were still in a dungeon, and they were still in the same dungeon the second week too. Because the key part of this is building something with your players. It's a collaborative world that they sort of set what they want to do. You have a few key locations and stuff, and this does perfectly explain it. All you need is a games master that actually sticks to it. And what you've got to do is just then be really vigilant that you stick to the rules, because the town's always the same. And so the way you explain it, the town's always a safe area. The end of every session, get back to the town. Get them to talk about what they've done, write it down, which will lead into later the next 3 books. And I royally arsed it completely. And I was so annoyed with myself because I put a mini dungeon in that they actually spent nearly 4 weeks on in one dungeon, and they didn't really explore much. But it because it's rules agnostic. I know my channel talks a lot about Shadowdark. You can put it into any game, and even it doesn't even need to be fantasy. That's the good thing about the way the book's written. Yeah,
that's a good, very valid point. And I also saw, surprisingly, another YouTube channel just recently, I think less than a week ago, published a review or like how to approach this solo. And then his idea was to kind of run a campaign with where he actually changed systems for each location or for each setting. So actually combining systems as well. And I think it sounds crazy, but also very, very fun. So I think it's a lot of ways you can use this method to play, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And because it's small, it can fit in anywhere. Well, other than your back, quite not.
Yeah, no, I totally get your point. Yeah, it's very easy to bring.
But these wouldn't have existed 20, 30 years ago when I first got into the hobby. Could you imagine? But that's I think because we do have the fear of textbooks and stuff, and it's only like old school essentials and stuff like that, and Shadowdark that is kind of making. Someone will correct me. There's bound to be other books that are smaller, but that size book for me is like a more recent thing because I'm used to just playing off A5 books.
Yes,
but yeah, you're right. You could easily run this solo. There is another review of this on YouTube, and the guy basically says, that's my summary of the book. If you want to go and watch a full review, go and watch. And he linked my channel, and I was like, "Thank you very much."
Yeah, no, it was a really good review, and it's got a lot of views and attention. So that's great. Yeah.
So you're still making thousands of pounds out of it. So you jacked in your job and.
Oh no, not at all. But I'll share the numbers. Let me just.
You don't have to. You don't have to. It's...
Oh yeah, dude. I'm totally transparent. I'm actually going to convention in Norway this weekend. The weekend I'm going to do also a 30-minute. I haven't prepared it yet, but I'm going to do a 30-minute talk about kind of the marketing because often we talk about how to create the game.
Yeah.
But what happens after you have published the game? Like that's kind of something we don't talk about a lot. And I didn't know a lot about it, but right now I at least have some experience which I can share.
Oh, that's good. I keep when people ask me, I'm like, and I don't mean this in a begging way it's like you've got to get YouTubers on board. You've got to be prepared to send a few free copies out to people.
Absolutely.
Even if it's just a PDF copy.
Oh yeah.
And people just think we're doing it from a begging point of view, but and I'm not. I'm saying send it to me. This your favorite YouTuber. Just send it to them and ask them to do it.
Yeah. So I'll give you the numbers right now. So the grand totals is. I published the first guidebook in May, late May, and that's a few months now. And I've sold a total, including this past 3 books with the support books. I've sold a total of 2,700 books.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. I'm very close to Mithril on the guidebook, and all of the 3 support books just made silver today. And that's amazing. That's gross sales of $14,000, and earnings is $9,000.
So all your mates now are like, every game session, they're like, no, Karl, you can buy all the books.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool. And but of course, there's a lot of hidden costs as well in terms of the marketing and stuff. So I'm pretty sure, I think I maybe have like in my pocket maybe 5,000, let's say.
Yeah.
So, but still, it's good. It's good. It's cool that the hobby is providing some income, although that is not at all the motivation for doing this. But it's cool. Yeah, I like it.
Liar. You'd love to jack in your main job. We all would, and just do this for a living.
That's rather a dream, but hey, let's see where it turns out. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a meeting with my MD the other day because I've got a proper job. Even though people don't think I have with the amount of content I create, but he was like, so YouTube, is that going well? And I was like, oh, a few thousand subscribers, talking about money. And he went, so is that your plan to do that full time? And I was like, oh yeah, if I can. He rang me the next day and he was going, so when's your time frames for leaving? And I was like, about 70 years. That's that's about how many years it's going to take me in my current growth level to have because they seem to think that everyone on here makes £1 million or something. I don't know. It's everyone takes a chunk of your pie. There's not a lot left, is there? So
yeah. But I mean, your channel have had quite some growth for the past year. It's
it's going really well.
Cool.
So it's my son's daughter, my son's girlfriend, like my oldest son, because obviously saying before I'm my 5 kids. She's like a trained psychologist, and she was like, you're never going to get any subscribers on your channel because nobody role plays, and those that role play, there aren't going to be that many dyslexics, and no one's going to care. And when I got to 200, I was like, see, I'm at 200 now.
Yeah.
So yeah, we showed her, and then she unsubscribed.
Wow.
As they do.
Yeah.
So right, what I'll do then, let's actually have a look at any preference on which one you want to start with of the others.
We can start with the GM book.
Let's start with the one I had at the back. So
yes, of course.
Obviously, we'll see from the start, and I'm glad that you've just gone with the same cover throughout because it just makes it simple.
Yeah.
Does also brand recognition is a big thing.
That's the idea. So it's brand recognition. That's the kind of the key thing here. And just although it's simple. I love the illustration that's on the cover, and I figure that's the way to go.
Yeah. So you said all 3 of these are now silver, or just about to go silver? Did you say?
No, all of them are silver now.
They are silver. Silver's 100, isn't it?
100 plus.
Yeah. Which is 100 actually. When we talk about numbers, when you're saying you've done several thousand books, I talk to a lot of creators that would be over the moon to get to 100 to 200. It's so hard to actually get units shifted. Because especially because there's so much competition on Drive-Thru-RPG.
Yes.
But write amazing things, and then people buy them.
Yeah. I guess.
So we got these 3 follow-ups. The Games Master work booklet. So do you want to sort of just talk through what this is covering, what it's for?
Sure. So this is obviously for the GM, and the main idea, the intention was to have a framework to structure the information. So the first part is about kind of the big idea, who's attending, and the home base. Like this is the core of where to start, and then you start to fill in gradually what's revolving around the base and the players, meaning the locations, the factions, the allies and stuff like that. And then eventually the rear part of the book, or the last part of the book, is session logs. So where you are structuring the sessions in a threefold way, where you have like some prep notes, notes from the actual conduct, and downtime between that session and the next, all gathered on the same page, so you don't have to flip to kind of see what's going on in the chronological order. And a calendar to just write in either in-game stuff or real-time stuff. You kind of choose how to use that, and then that's it. So it's a really simple framework.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. I just thought I've just missed this one. Sorry. So Tunok asked this question. I know the answer. Do you want to sort of pick it up?
Okay. So do any of these books give a random table or roll for PCs who don't make it back to town at the end of the session? I know Shadowdark has one. No, it does not. And that would be your system of choice who kind of guides you through that. It's agnostic in that way. So no, I don't have. I don't think I've covered that. But it's a good idea. So maybe for an update, a later update, I could include that. So it's a great, valid point actually.
West March's random table book.
Yeah. So of course I'm already starting to think about kind of how to expand on this, I guess, ecosystem that has started. And something like that could be interesting to explore. So just going to take notes of the demand or kind of the things that people want to see, and then I'll figure out where to go next.
Yeah, I think one of the most important bits for it, when I was looking through the Games Master bit, I'm spoiling some of my review thoughts, but is the calendar bit, because if you want to have a living world, you've got to have a date. And I'm terrible. The two things I'm really bad at is weather.
Mm-hmm.
The weather never changes in my campaigns. I always forget about it.
And always.
Yeah. All the players go, "What's the weather doing today?" And I go, "No, it's raining now." But it's calendars. It's keeping that. The calendar is what keeps the world alive,
yes.
And for things to move on. And as a game, again, I'm terrible at. So I always go, it doesn't matter what day of the week it is, but for the players, it does.
Yeah,
they need to know frames of reference and time, and for the world to move on. So you've got that little bit, and you've written it out like a calendar. And I think everyone should have been able to see that it's a sort of living Word document as well. Well, it's PDF, isn't it? Obviously, you can write into it live, as opposed to having to actually print it off. So once you've got one, especially from a player's point of view, once you've got a player's one, and then your player fulfills another thing, or you die and you go on to the next one, you should just be able to download your PDF again.
Yeah. So that's just copy that. So that's too easy.
Yeah, actually, there's the one bit. Someone criticized me for this. I think it was in your video. It might have been a follow-up video, because you've got that bit in the campaign setting about player death. Don't worry about player death.
I saw that.
Yeah. And someone's like, ooh. And I was like, it's player death it's not a wonderful thing, but you need to make it a wonderful thing in a West Marches campaign.
Yes.
Have the new party go and find out what happened. Name something after the person that died. Make them actually become part of the world.
Yes. Completely agree. And if you're, at least the core idea of player death is risk, that it's kind of risk involved. And that makes it exciting, at least to me.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And you can use that death in a multitude of ways, just like you just explained. So.
Yeah. And I think it's because, and I'm going to say the dreaded 5e now, is that when people come into a game and play a game that makes it very hard to kill people, I think they get quite upset. Where I actually enjoy it when my player dies. Enjoy's the wrong thing, but it gives me a chance to go and play a different character for a start, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, I love creating characters. It's
Yeah.
one of the best part of the hobby. And as someone that game masters a lot, I don't get to play a lot of characters. So if I can get through 3 or 4 in a week, that's a good week.
And speaking of player death, during the Pirate board game that we earlier talked about, I did 2 kind of combat rolls during the first part of the game, and then I killed the 2 of the characters. So that was quite fun. So
brilliant.
Yeah.
And the best thing about Pirate Borg is they rolled that themselves, so it's their own fault.
Yep.
So
you're to blame.
yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear that, guys?
Yeah. I was talking to Zach Goins about this because we slightly different. So when it comes to damage in Pirate Borg, do you roll the damage or do you get the players to roll their damage?
Let's see. What did I do? Oh, that's a good question. It was a good question. I don't remember. I was quite drunk actually.
Is that why they're talking about Jag's ear, which is I'm assuming we call that, it's like Jaeger bombs in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always get my players to roll the damage themselves because I like them to roll their own death. Where obviously rules as written, the games master should roll the damage.
Yeah. So I got the answer from the guys here. Yeah. So the one guy he smoked some ash and rolled on a random table from the book, and he died. And the other guy, he rolled the damage himself, and so he was to blame.
that ash table is so good because you can get like some really superheroic kind of abilities, or just out and out die.
Yeah, so that we all had a pretty good laugh, to say the least, when he actually took damage and had a low HP character and died. So that was hilarious.
And the good thing is, you could just come back as one of the undead characters and carry on going. So
yeah. We didn't explore that at the time, but that could be an option to pursue on the next session.
That is special when you're doing your con or whatever it is in the thing, and you roll really low, so you're on a minus, and then you get to roll a D4 hit points or whatever it may be. So no, that is kind of special, right? So let's get into the player journal. I think I'll stick at the front a little bit longer because then that just gives us a bit more of the contents, doesn't it? So because the player journal's the one with the best bit in there, which is 10, which we'll get onto as we go down. So do you want to?
Yeah, absolutely. So the idea here is kind of to start out with who am I on a narrative level, and then you fill out that with the game mechanics, or you can just keep your character sheet from your specific game, but it's at least an option to kind of identify who you are and how you work in the world. And then it's what you bring, and then what you owe or own, what you have stored somewhere else, and then it's your relationships, how you proceed in the world, what you're working on during your downtime, what you're pursuing on a personal level, not only on the group level. Like if you have any like personal things you want to explore, it could be nice to keep that on the list. And then you get to the number 10, which is my shit list, and that is where you're always going to meet that douchebag guard or douchebag king or whatever, or someone who kind of either betrays you or do something against you. And I think it's good to dedicate a chapter to actually take note of that and make sure you follow up on that later. So a lot of those moments inspire that chapter. And then there's your opportunity to write something about your travel diary, and at the end, kind of what you left behind, your legacy. That's the last chapter. So after you die or retire your character, what have you left behind in the world? So it's kind of from the cradle to the grave approach to the player character.
And you've done it in a way, like you said, that people can just throw their character sheet in the bin, and you can pretty much just use this within reason. You know, there are some games, especially if you're going old school, you know, Shadowdark, old school essentials, you know, any of the Borg systems and stuff. Not that you'd play a Borg system in a campaign in a West Marches setting. You're not going to live long. Then you can just throw it out and just bring this in. And again, because it's text, you can update it nice and easy. But yeah, the shit list just reminds me of Warhammer Fantasy. The dwarfs have a book of grudges. Because nice. Dwarfs like to hold a grudge. And it actually helps them gain experience in the dwarven source book, which is really cool. But yeah, this is, you know, all your downtime activities. And because you can just repeat the pages here as well, can't you? Because you are potentially, after a while. Well, actually, no, I answered it myself. And this is why I like to talk to the designer before I do the review. Because you've got this at PDF, even if you bought a physical copy, you're going to get the PDF. You'll just create more pages for free, wouldn't you? You know.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely fine.
You can just copy it.
So don't. Your group are fucking batshit crazy.
Oh yeah, we went to. I think if I'm right, we are the ones who we went to Prague earlier this year for Dave's 40th birthday. And that was batshit crazy, the entire thing. So yeah, these are the real deal, these guys.
I don't think I can trust myself.
Yeah, Norwegians and Americans.
Yeah, no good. Do you still game? Because obviously you took the photo of you playing Pirate Borg. Do you get together physically more than?
We try to do that at least a couple of times a year to kind of both. Have some food and some alcohol and some gaming and some talking, you know, just heart to heart. So it's a really good thing to stay connected, actually.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good having the next of this. Here we go, shit list. And then finally through diary and legacy. Right, and then what should we just go straight into the party ledger? So. Again, do you want to sort of take through what the players? Well, this is obviously again for the players to complete, isn't it?
Yes, that's for the player or for the players, and it's supposed to be brought to the table each time. So this is the shared memory, the collective memory of the group, supposed to be, and it started out with the first chapters. Again, who are we? What's defining us, and what individuals are. Pieces of this puzzle, and then who do we hire, kind of NPCs or hirelings that we also bring to the table, and then where are our base of operations, and then we start to kind of expand with what have we brought back, what's our treasury, what are we currently pursuing as a collective or as a group, who do we trust, who are our enemies, session logs for what did we do each time, which is the information part important between each time or each session. What have we achieved? Then the graveyard, again, we're talking about death in the end, who died, who kind of served and died, and what did they leave behind in a more compressed way. And then at the end, there's a few pages for just maps and sketches and note-taking. So again, kind of a cradle to the grave approach to structuring information for the party. So, and all of this art, I have to say, is so amazing. Not all of it, but I think most of it is commissioned or licensed from Ink Potion Studios. They have a Patreon, and I've been supporting their Patreon for like, I don't know, 5 years or something. So, and each month they publish amazing art. I'm at the tier where I get like 6 pieces each month or something. So yeah, I really got great use of that for all of these books. And I still have a lot more which I haven't used. So yeah, amazing.
That's good, because art is the bit that people forget about, because that is by far the most expensive, other than time. You know, I've been self-employed now for 30 odd years, and employed people forget sometimes that actual time is value when you're self-employed. But art can take a project from, you know, costing you a few hours to several hundred pounds, or even thousands of dollars and stuff like that. So this, and what I really love about this is I've been terrible about taking notes on games, and this is going to allow you and your players over the years to create what Femora did. So if you've never watched the review of this, buying Karl's stuff will allow you to create one of these in the future. So Brian, the writer of this, has been playing this game for 20 years, and he's been taking notes on his world. And all the players went, you should release that as a book.
Yeah.
And that's what he's done.
Great.
You can sell your own book. All you got to do is buy all of Karl's stuff, play for 20 years. But that is the beauty of doing, West March's type of campaigns. You are just building a setting that goes on. So one stage during my hex crawl, I'll just give an example of how they work for me. So later on in the campaign, the players needed to go to a castle, and they thought, right, and it was 3 hexes away, so it was a very easy journey. So they only took 7 days worth of food. Hex crawls being the way they are, and the rules the way they're written. So obviously you got an element of random tables using Shadowdark's random tables, because at the moment Karl hasn't got any, but he will have. The first location they rolled was a little village with a griffin that was protecting the village. So they already knew they had to go round. Because they were level 1 characters, and this griffin was aggressive, because that's just what I happened to roll.
Right.
And they'd actually run out of resources by the time they got to the location they were at, because they didn't take enough stuff with them.
Yeah,
and
as you do.
But that is the absolute fun of all of these. Oh, I've just noticed this. Sorry, 1 second. Yes. Thank you very much for your kind donation. I watch your channel as well. So yeah, because we share a massive fondness of Warhammer Fantasy roleplaying.
Amazing.
It's a good game. But yeah, that is, you actually got me to play a hex crawl, which I say I got completely wrong to start with, but I'm getting it now. It's having the discipline to actually stick to your rules.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be flexible, so hopefully you can just kind of juggle it around and do as you see fit, though. But yeah, I completely agree. And speaking of hexes, when I played on my friendly local game store, that campaign, I did not use hexes, but I kind of imagined that the base of operation was kind of in the center of a rainbow. Imagine a rainbow, and then those are representing zones, and the further you go out, the more kind of deadly or dangerous the area becomes. And so those different zones represented a number, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you went into the outer layer, you were guaranteed to kind of encounter something. And if you went to some of the other zones, you just rolled a d6. And if you, made the roll, then you didn't encounter anything shitty. And if you rolled, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was really easy. And that was also to save time, because we only had a 2-hour slot. So the start was, you got the quest board, pick a quest. Okay, they did. And that was in that particular zone. They rolled a travel die. They either made it or not. And then eventually got to the kind of the quest. So it was a really easy and simple structure. So I don't have too much experience with actual hex crawls myself. I guess that was the thing here.
Yeah, you don't need to. If your system doesn't use it, I've been doing a sort of hex crawl-ish campaign of Horde Wars Advanced, and we've been doing exactly the same. But because my party are a bunch of blithering idiots, we've been on it, and you probably have similar experiences as this. Is they've been on this campaign. They've only done 3 missions in 7 weeks because they failed so many traveling encounters that it's just been full of random encounters all the time, and everything they go and discover is deadly, which is this is something that we all grew up with, because I'm significantly older than you, so playing these type of games. And I think that's why your book has been so well received, because suddenly a load of people that don't know what, obviously, Kaus is a big influence on the Western. We've got that coming out for Shadowdark, but you got there first. You snuck it in.
Yeah.
So
I actually sent the guidebook to the Arcane Library. I never heard from them, but maybe they take some inspiration. We'll see.
Don't worry, I've sent Kelsey emails and I get blanked. I've been trying to get her on the channel for a while. I get blanked as well. So
that's fine.
One day,
one day
we'll all heal back from it. Agile, man, you're amazing. In honor of Karl Otto Kristoffersen and KR1 Publishing as a guest, and great interview. Published, but he's purchased your bundle as well. He's donated a super chat to me, his friend from across the pond, from the colonies.
Thank you.
So, yeah, you're going to be on in what goes after silver? Does it just go to gold?
The different levels, you mean?
Yeah, it does go gold, doesn't it? Because platinum's 1,000. It's gold's 500, isn't it?
Yeah. So silver is 100, gold is 250, I think, and there's Electrum or something 250, 500, 1,000.
Oh yeah, Electrum's in the middle, isn't it?
Yeah, 2,500, and then eventually Adamantine, which is 5,000. So
yeah, eventually you can have that plaque like the proper YouTubers get.
Oh actually, but I mean, the guidebook has been out for only a few months, so I assume it will hit the top tier next year, early next year, or something. Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah. So, how long for physical copies? Because obviously we're PDF only for them at this moment in time.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I've been struggling a bit with the formatting. But they should be around the corner, I think, within a few weeks. So hopefully all of them should be ready within a few weeks. So coincidentally before the Critical Role Season 4 launch.
Well, but they don't do anything like what we do they? Because they're doing 5e, aren't they? They're not even doing Daggerheart, aren't they, on this season?
Yeah, no, it's 5e, but it's enough for my little thing that they say that they are inspired by West Marches, and that kind of expands the market a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you should try and get your advertisement on there, because it's something like $10,000, isn't it?
I actually reached out to them as well to kind of figure out if we had an opportunity to do any agreement, or if I could purchase an ad slot, but no response.
I'm gonna reach out to Matt Mercer, see if I can get him on my channel. I bet you he blanked me as well.
Hey, seems like a really nice guy, so why not?
Yeah. Right. So one of your friends has just sent me this. Thank you so much. Now, I generally don't know whether this is £5 million or 6p. Regardless of how much it actually is. Thank you very much. That's incredibly kind.
Yeah, it's about £10. So you can
sweet.
Yeah, move the dot one to the left.
Yeah. So you must be Coronas then. Is that
Yeah. Just same thing as in Sweden. Still is a different currency, but it has the same name pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, look at us all rebelling against the euro. We're not taking your money. Never. So no, that's cool. I'm still waiting to become a proper YouTuber. Go on, sorry.
Proper YouTuber. I mean, you've got a lot of more followers than a lot of people, so I'd say it's pretty good.
It's there we go. I'm going to retire now. I'm actually retiring. So he's told me how much it is. So I'm just going to email my boss to say that I'm quitting work. Because I'm a thousand millionaire. So So where's your plans from here then? What's your sort of thoughts and what you're working on? I know obviously you're working on converting your one book. So when are you hoping to get that? So we heathens can read it in our old-fashioned, boring English language.
Sure. So yeah, there's actually quite a few things going on. So my first game, which is a Viking game, is getting translated to English right now, and we're going to do a commercial in like a Viking village on Wednesday next week. We're going to do some filming with the film team and stuff, and kind of prepare the backer kit campaign.
When's that coming? I love Vikings. When's it coming?
Yeah, the backer kit is later this year. So cool. This is a saga game. It's been out in Norway for about 5 years, and it's one of the best-selling Norwegian titles. So that's pretty good. Next up is doing the translation of the Silverheart game. I'll finalize that next year, and then of course expand on the West Marches kind of ecosystem with more books, small short books that's usable, and that are usable tools that can cut all the fluff that you don't need and are supposed to support the players and the GMs in kind of effective gameplay and structure of information. So that's the core idea.
No, fantastic. Tell me more about this Viking game.
Yeah, sure. So I spent 5 years writing it, I think, from 2016 to 2021, I believe we published it through a publisher from Norway. It's inspired by the sagas. I will just get a book to show you.
We're all glad you're just wearing trousers now.
Not busted. Okay, so this is like the King sagas. Of course, I haven't read all of it, but I've read quite a lot of it and skimmed through it, and that's the inspiration for this book. The short and the sweet is that it's called kvad. Kvad is the Norse word for poem. So I guess one of the killer apps is that you play a 0 to hero campaign, and for each session you are actually getting the guidelines to write a small poem about this particular session or this milestone. So you document your legacy in a poetic form throughout the gameplay. So that's kind of the full circle of the game. And mechanics wise, it's a dice pool system, roll low. You can burn your age or burn your lifespan. You know when you're going to die, so you know your life thread. And then if you're in deep shit, you can choose to burn those years, kind of to get the rerolls or whatever. So then you have to choose, do I really want to succeed now and accept that I will die closer to my current age. So that's one cool thing about that game. So inspired by Pendragon and a mix mash of a lot of systems. So it's pretty cool.
That sounds cool, because one of my favorite things about Warhammer Fantasy Roleplaying is the corruption mechanic, where it allows you to re-roll and if you fail a dice roll to take. So I guess it's similar to that. It's like, you can have goodness now, but because also I don't know if you have a similar thing in your groups, but my groups that go, well, we'll start off as a 20-year-old and you might die of old age at 70. So they don't care. But in this game, it means that actually, because it's going to be pulling it forward every time you want to sort of cheat or game some sort of, I'm guessing it's favors from gods and things like that to cheating fate. No, amazing.
Yeah, so that's I guess one of the key highlights I would like to showcase or talk about, and then I can provide the link maybe to the backer kit campaign on YouTube or something, or in the chat.
Wait, if you share it in the private chat, I don't think it will allow you to share something. Try it, see if it'll allow you to share it in the actual chat. I think only I can. So if you go down below the comments, there should be a private chat box. Share it in there. I can pull it out of there. Then I can share it in here.
Oh yeah. Regardless, we'll figure that out. I'll.
Or if you want to share it, send it to me on Facebook now. I can then.
Oh yeah. Maybe that's the easiest thing.
Yeah, just do that.
Great. Let's see. There we got Mr. Williams. There we go.
Okay, right. Let's
So
pull that into
yeah.
there.
So the setup. So the setup of the campaign as of now is quite basic, and then we will kind of, or the publisher. I don't have anything to do with it almost anymore. They are doing all the work because they kind of own the game. But yeah, they will kind of improve the page and start really working on it now in the autumn. So that's pretty cool.
Right. Annoyingly, the link is too long for the chat box, and it's put the last. Hold on, Semper. Svyland actually is good. I have got it. It's one of my favorite sort of Norse games. The downside is it does use 5e, but the campaign written is very good.
Yeah, so, I watched your review on that. Yeah, so
and they were like, they've got all their history wrong. You know, there's nothing worse than that.
Damn it, it's too Hollywood for my taste.
Yeah. Let me right, so I should be able to do this and just show that other page while we are on. Let me just, because everyone's now gone Norse mad. Everyone's like in the chat going, I want to play the Norse game. So they've all spent all their money on West Marches. Now we're going to milk them. It's got 47 days to go. That's just cool.
That's the plan. So we'll see how it goes.
Do you know the worst thing about doing this YouTube channel? I nearly said being a YouTuber. I'm not a YouTuber, but you know what I mean. Is people tell me stuff that's coming out, and then I have to wait and wait.
Oh yeah. You're in for a waiting game for sure, like a train.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to discuss it and stuff, and it is really, really annoying.
Yeah.
So we'll get this shared.
So, that would be great. Really appreciate that. So,
have you got some of the art you can show us from the book, or? Actually, if I pick it up on the Drive-Through RPG page, that'll show us. So I'm guessing
I did just pull together like a short free version, but we actually used some of the actual saga drawings from, or not actual saga drawings, but like in 100 or 200 years ago, there was a recreation of the sagas, and a lot of those illustrations were done for the saga. Right. So we reused those, and so it's a very like a book kind of a terse book style. So it's not that I guess easy to read like the West Marches, but it's still, I think it's still a good book.
Yeah. So again, this is free for me.
Yeah, that's supposed to be free.
Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the free mini version. It's just to get the information out there.
Yeah, because it's only 4 pages. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes mini free version. Oh, and free version in English. So that's cool.
So what yourself? Do you write anything? Like, do you have any like publishing ideas, or I mean?
No. Well, I have written one. Hold on. One of your friends has just asked this.
Let's see. Will the West Marchers be sold at Monaheim, which is our friendly local game store? Yeah, I guess I have a few books, so I can come down with them this week or next week. Thanks, Gons.
$5. Yeah, $5. I have written. Well, I've started writing. So again, Zach Goins, who did. They've done Raptor Ruckus. I don't know if you've seen the campaign for it. So it's Morkborg, Pirate Borg type setting, but it's a Jurassic Park setting. So they've got a competition in. Yeah. So, and they've got a competition in that they've got 4 slots where they've asked people to create a module for it, and they're going to release it alongside. So I've sent in my idea. So that's the first thing I've attempted to write. So I'm not expecting it to I'm not expecting it to go anywhere. But there's part of me that's gone, even if it gets rejected, I might just write it and do it anyway, and then just release it on Drive-Through RPG. But the problem is, if I go as a creator on Drive-Through RPG, I can no longer review anything.
Oh, really?
Which is yeah. So if you have a creator account, because they think that you're going to go out and just write negative things about other creators, they block you from writing reviews or anything like that. And so I don't know what I'm going to do. It's unlikely that it'll get picked, but I say I'm tempted to maybe release it. But what I might do, because I'm terrible at art layout and everything else, is I might just join up with some of the people I can go and go, right, here's my story.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do. You go and do everything else with it, and we'll split it 50-50 or whatever it may be. So, and if we sell 3 copies,
I was about to say, before you mentioned anything about the splitting 50-50, I was about to say I'd love to help you out if you want to, and you can just send me what you got, and we can do some creative sparring. I'd love to help out.
Yeah, no, cool. We're tied in now, and no 50. Let me just take back the 50-50.
Yeah.
Hey, Bacon. So everyone's happy because Bacon's here.
Hey, Bacon.
No, yeah. So it's the thing is, I'd love to write more. We kind of talked about this off camera initially. So I had the idea for the adventure, and what I think the hardest bit is how you even start putting it down on paper. That was the bit that I couldn't work out. And then how you kind of flesh it out from there, and then how you space it for art and stuff, which is, again, it's a massive skill in itself, isn't it? Sort of, layouts and everything else. But no, I'll let's see if I get rejected. Well, when I get rejected, and then I'll send it to you, and you'll either go, that sounds terrible, or you might go, do you know what? Let's not do Jurassic Park Mortborg type thing. Let's move it into a different type of thing. We could, because I think I'd probably prefer to write, if it gets the rejection, I think I'd probably convert it into a Shadowdark sort of one shot. I have considered doing it, but again, it's just time. I've opened up a second channel. I'm recording on 2 channels at the same time and stuff. So it's a. But
I love the idea, at least, about Jurassic Park Mortborg, and I immediately imagine a page which kind of explains what kind of limb you're losing when the T-Rex is ripping whatever off or something. So I think you got something good there.
Yeah. I'll show you that so you can just see the artwork on it. It's utterly amazing. This is because who doesn't honestly like Jurassic Park? I'm not sure. Maybe younger people don't, because are the films still as exciting as they were when in 93, I think the first one came out.
The theme songs still give me goosebumps.
But yeah. So here's the project. It is basically you're in not Jurassic Park, obviously, and it's just stylized perfectly for the 90s.
Nice.
So, and there's a free instruction, there's free rule book you can download and stuff, but so it's been absolutely amazing catching up with you.
Yeah, great.
So 2 more books to come out, and I think we can. Well, you got North Marches, so I think it does make sense to start with North Marches, and you start doing specific random tables to help things that you can be Scandinavian themed.
Sure, yeah, it's a good idea.
So, but yeah, we will catch up again soon. I'll book you in to do. Would you want to do a one shot of your Viking game on the channel live?
That would be really cool.
So great. Yeah, I think my first one shot free slots is something like the 13th of Jan, somewhere around there. I'm fully booked up. It's absolutely mental.
That's great. That's amazing.
So But yeah, we'll get you in. We'll do that, and then we'll do the one shot of the Viking game around your back kit stuff and things.
Yeah, I'd love that. Thank you.
So, Karl, it's been amazing. Well, I say meeting you. We've been talking for months, but it's actually great to put a face to you. For everyone that's been here, commented, thank you for all the comments. Thank you for the amazing donations. Learned stuff about foreign currencies as well. Look at me. Every day's a school day. Everyone's talking Jurassic Park and Vikings now. So yeah, enjoy your convention. Is it next week coming up? You've got coming up?
Yeah, the first one like in a couple of days. So
yeah. Good luck with your speech and your presentation.
Thank you. Got to start to prepare, I guess.
Yes, yeah. Thank you, Karl, and for everyone else. Back live tomorrow night. We are be on my other channel, so doing a one shot. So yeah, catch me over there. And everyone else that's watched, thank you for your time. And like, share, subscribe, and go and support Karl. I'll put the links to your book in the video descriptions as well. So thanks everyone.
Thanks.
Cheers then. Bye.